Hey, what is up guys, InseDinsCirqueSG here. Alright, so yes, I am back. Sorry for this really late upload. My house is currently going through some renovations. Yeah, so few days ago I posted a picture on my Facebook saying that yep, spoilers, I have a Victor deck incoming, but before the Victor deck is complete, like it's incomplete now, and I decided to change it to this sort of a budget build, and yep, to show it to you guys. So yeah, and I mean, I do have the Victor cards here, like the Victors and all the other random stuff here, including the Strike Forwarder and stuff, but InseDinsCirqueSG is all about card fight challenges and also budget builds. So this is my most versatile yet semi-budget build for my pure Rush Nova Grappler deck. So yep, let's get on to the deck profile. To start things off, we have Extreme Battler Carbitron or something like that. One of him. That's my starting Vanguard, and now on to the grade 3s. Alright, so the grade 3 is pure Rush related. So first, we have the main Vanguard itself. Yes, it's a common card, but it's actually very strong. For Justice Messenger Crystal Devil. Okay, so what Crystal Devil does is something very unique yet pretty versatile. So yes, 4 of him. And for Extreme Battlers Danshark or Danshark or whatever you like to call him. Yep, 4 of him. Okay, now on to the grade 2s. First off, we have 4 Babyface Nelsis. Yep, 4 of him or her or whatever. 4 Master Kung Fu, also known as Kung Fu Panda. So poor video quality, sorry for that. I don't have my usual lighting since my room is practically cramped up as heck now. Next, I have 2 copies of Ku Hang, but I'm still waiting for the buyer to for the seller to pass to me the other 2 copies. One of them is Long Nails. I don't know whether you know him or not. He's quite famous in Singapore. Famous. And the other one is Glenn, which, you know, waiting. Yep, so I run 3 copies of Ku Hang here. Alright, so that's the grade 2 lineup. Only 11 grade 2s. Now on to the grade 1s. Alright, this is where all the cool stuff happens. First, 4 copies of Extreme Battler Grachi Battle, the new negate from 06. Next, this is a bit weird as this card supports Victor, but hey, 4 Extreme Battler Maliakis. Next, 3 copies of this bear thing, beat down bear or something, I have no idea. And 3 Extreme Battler Arashids, the Strike Forwarder of the deck. So yes, that's the grade 1 lineup. Total of 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 of them. Yes. Next, on to the triggers. Okay, pretty standard. 4 critical triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 stand triggers, and last but not least, 4 heal triggers. So yes, that is the actual deck itself. Now on to the strike deck. Okay, so this is my own personal strike deck. 2 copies of Extreme Battler Vic-10, the rare strike from GBT01, and 4 copies of Meteor Kaiser Victor. Yep, 4 of him. Sorry for the poor video quality. I don't have my usual set here. So yes, 4 copies of him. And 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Victor Plasma. Yes. Alright, so on to the effect of the cards. So what Victor Plasma does is that he's a strike card, of course, so his effect activates on main phase. You counterblast 2, you select 1 copy of him that is face down and flip it face up. If you do, you get a -1 drive check, and sorry, if I can let the camera focus a bit, please. Please focus. Alright, so you get a drive -1, so it becomes a twin drive, but you get an effect. After this unit attacks a vanguard, you can drop 2 cards from your hand. If you do, restand this vanguard. So in a sense, it's a restanding vanguard that is 2 drive checks. Yep, so that's 2 copies of him. And Meteor Kaiser Victor, yes. Alright, so his effect is also activated in the main phase. You select a copy of him and you flip it face up. If you do, you gain the effect. When this unit attack hits a vanguard, you can select one of your Nova Grappler rearguards and stand it. If you do, that rearguard gains plus 5000 power. And if you have the Generation Break 3, he gets, when this unit attacks a vanguard, you get to stand one of the rearguards and the rearguard plus 5000 power. So if you have Generation Break 3 and you attack hits a vanguard, you get to stand 2 cards and those 2 cards plus 5000 power. So it's pretty scary. And Vic 10, okay, what he does is when he attack hits, you can stand one of your rearguards and that rearguard gets plus 5000 power. So yes, that is a strike deck done. Now on to the triggers. Oh god, what happened to my triggers? Alright, so obviously the heal doesn't have an effect. Alright, Perfect Referee 2.99. Okay, so what he does is actually pretty unique. He's something like Coiling Duckbill, where he's a card with a skill that gives something else a skill. So once per turn, Generation Break 1, you can select one of your rearguard and it gains this effect. When this unit stands from effect on one of your cards, you gain Rush. After this unit attacks, you get to stand it at plus 5000 power. I think. Yes, and you return him to the deck and you shuffle. So yes, that's 4 copies of him. Flying Totem Brothers, no effect. And yes, Extreme Battler Break Pass. Okay, so he's a pretty generic double rare crit for any of the GB2 cards in a clan. So when your Vanguard with Victor in his name attacks, you may move this guy from the rearguard into your soul. If you do, that Victor plus 5000 power and you get to draw a card. So yes, that's 4 copies of him. And do note I play Rainbow Triggers in this deck. Alright, so on to the grade 1s. I play 3 Strike Holders. Yes, only 3 in this deck. So when you toss him out for strike, he becomes a grade 3. And when you call this unit from your hand into the rearguard circle, you may reveal a grade 3 from your hand. If you do, you search your deck for a card named Extreme Battler Victor and you put it into your hand. If you put Victor into your hand this way, you choose a card from your hand and discard it. So yes, 3 copies of him. Next, Kuma Destroyer or something like that. He's a rush card, so when this unit stands, you gain the effect. When he attacks a vanguard, he plus 5000 power. So he's sort of the main attacker for the deck. And of course, Extreme Battle Mayaki. His effect is Generation Break 1. If you have a Vanguard with Victor in his name, this unit gets all the units in the same column as this card gets Rush. When this unit stands from the effect of your card, you get an effect. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can select 2 of your rearguard and those 2 units plus 4000 power. So pretty strong and versatile. If you want a what the heck? There's someone singing in my house. Alright, if you want to get off his effect, you have to strike into the grade 4 Victor. Yep. So next for Grachi Battles effect. Okay, he's a pretty unique card. He's a negate of course, and his Generation Break 1 you must have a copy of him in your drop zone. If you do, you gain the effect Counter Blast 1. You select one of your guard and the effect gains Counter Blast 1. At the beginning of your guard step, you can move that card into your guard zone as a rest card. If you do, you gain plus 10,000 shield. So if you move a grade 0, let's say Break Pass, you move him into your guardian zone, he's a 20k shield. So he's a good measure against cards like cards that can guard break you, like Dimension Police, or sometimes even Diablo if you are lucky enough. Alright, so that's it for the grade 1s. Now on to the grade 2s. Yes, this Kuheng is very, very saddening or something like that. Yeah. Alright, so he's a generic Ember clone for Nova Grapplers. So what he does is Generation Break 1. When this unit is being boosted, you can Counter Blast 1 and when he's attacking a Vanguard, you can select one of a rearguard and stand it, and the unit gains plus 5000 power. And do note, his effect allows you to spam, so yes, very scary and versatile. Alright, Master Kung Fu, what he does is Generation Break 2, Rush. When he stands from the effect of your card, you can gain the Rush effect, which is Counterblast 1. When he attack hits a Vanguard, you can stand something. If you do, that unit plus 5000 power. So in a sense, he's the same as Ku Heng, which needs him to attack hit, so it's extra pressure on your opponent. And most of the time in this deck, when something stands, that card that gives the standing effect gains plus 5000 power, so that's an extra 5000 shield guard for the opponent, which shaves off most of their hand. And next, Babyface Nemesis, she is also, let's just call it it now, I don't know whether if it's him or her. It has the Rush ability as well, which allows you to gain the effect. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you get to counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. So, yep. Now on to the grade 3s. Okay, Dansha. His Generation Break 1 allows him to gain the Rush ability, which is Counterblast 1. When he attack hits a Vanguard, you get to choose one of your opponent's rearguards, and if that rearguard is the same power or lesser than Dansha, you get to retire it. So it's a better ability, and when he appears in the Vanguard circle, you can Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If you do, you check the top 5 cards of your deck for a card with the Rush ability, and you show it to your opponent. If you do, you put it into your hand and you shuffle the other 4 cards back into your deck. Okay, so the main card itself, Crystal Devil. So what he does is Generation Break 1, you can Counterblast 1. If you do, you can select one of your rearguards and stand it, and the rearguard gain the ability. After he attacks a Vanguard, you can restand it, so you can stand a rearguard 2 times. With 1 Counterblast, guys. 1 Counterblast and Generation Break 1. This is why Crystal Devil is super good. And the other ability makes it so much better for a common card. The other ability is an on-right ability, which is Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. You get to target one of your rearguards, and the rearguard gain the effect. After the rearguard attacks a Vanguard, you get to stand it. If you do, that rearguard gains plus 2000 power. So yes, both of his skills allow a rearguard to attack at least 2 times, which is why it's super strong and super lethal. And on to the starter effect. His effect is a Forerunner, of course, and Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. After this unit boosts, I think, or you can just move it into your soul. If you do, you stand one of your rearguards, and the rearguard gains plus 2000 power. So most of the cards in this deck allows you to get the Rush ability off, such as Crystal Devil giving the standing effect, and Dunshark providing the extra bombing, this thing providing the counter charging. This is the backup Ku Heng, and of course Ku Heng is the main guy like that gets the standing off, since he's a guaranteed stand for counter blast and a boost. And yeah, this panda is just for the extra pressure. Of course Kabitron is very important, and Grachi Battle is here because I didn't have the money to get the Lady Cyclones, but he is also very good. Maoyaki is only when you strike into this guy. So yes, also very strong Rush ability, and he is the Sazanda of the deck. If you don't know what Sazanda is, he's the blue color guy like this guy. So yes, that is it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment on what do you think about the deck. It's sort of something new that I'm trying to approach you guys, bringing your budget deck list for some of the very nice to play and friendly clans. So yes, do stay tuned for the Victor deck profile. I'll be getting the Ku Hengs sometime next week, so that might be the next video of the week. And yes, do add us on Facebook. Is InseDinsCirqueSG. Only the I is capital. And yes, again, subscribe, leave a comment, and leave a like. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.